Hello everyone, my name is Jason Parker and welcome back to this channel about magic. Today I'm reacting to Dom Chambers in the semifinals of America's Got Talent. Last week, unfortunately, Eric Chin was eliminated from the competition, so we only have one magician remaining. And if Dom succeeds tonight, then he will be in the finals of America's Got Talent next week. I know very little about what Dom will be performing tonight. All I heard is that he did a good job and made it big. So I'm excited. I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm interested to know if a magician will make it into the finals or not. By the way, stick around till after the reaction and I'll share with you a pearl of wisdom in the form of Aesop's Fables. Anyway, let's jump right into this reaction.
Okay, here's a magician who loves competing in sport, in life, and on AGT. Here's Dom Chambers.
When I'm not doing magic, I love to play Australian rules football. When you're out there, you can hear the noise of the crowd, the adrenaline's pumping, your heart's thumping in your chest, you're getting hit, you get down, you get up, and nothing else matters. Whether it's playing sports, doing magic, whatever it is in my life, I take on this never give up attitude. Let's go play! My journey on America's Got Talent has been beyond what I could ever have expected.
I want you to imagine a beam of energy for the contestants that you are now pointing at.
It was genius. I mean, your best performance by a mile.
I think it's important to make your mark. You've got to have a moment where people go, that's the guy. I am one performance away from the finals of America's Got Talent. I may never get the opportunity to perform on a stage like that ever again, so when I'm out there, I'm going to make sure that I deliver something incredible. I've worked harder on this than I've worked on anything in my life, and I really think that I've come up with something that no magician has ever done before. I'm going to get out there, I'm going to give it everything I've got.
Wow, that's really impressive. I'm excited.
I began my AGT journey by making a lot of beer appear. But tonight, I'm going to make a lot of beer disappear. Starting
That fooled me.
these right here, they're going to vanish. Watch.
Again, he got me.
Gone. All right, I cheated. Anyone can do that with 4 tiny beers. Well, let's do it with 6 real beers. One at a time, or 5 at once. Now, in case you may have missed those, no bottle, nowhere to hide. But I said I was gonna make a lot of beer disappear.
Let me just jump in here real quick. So first off, I couldn't see when the 6 beers disappeared. That was a terrible camera cut, but it's a live show, and I guess these kind of things can happen. Second off, when he was pouring the beer into that mug, something looked a little fishy. I don't know, like, I had the impression at first I was looking at like a electronic display or something. Maybe it was just the lighting. But thirdly, what a great, strong intro. I mean, that was really fun. I thought I was looking at 4 glasses and he peeled them off, and then I'm like, okay, you got me. And then he shows, oh, I'm gonna drink these 4 glasses of beer, and then they're tiny. He got me again. Like, so far, this is amazing. He's just ramping it up, going right into the act, and it's exciting and fun. Let's proceed.
By a lot, I meant a lot of beer. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the Mega Beer. Behold, in all its glory, the 8th wonder of the world, the Mega Beer. More beer than a human could drink in a year, or an Australian could drink in a month. Terry, you gotta get out here. Check it out, quick. Look. Terry, I want to introduce you to my good friend, the Mega Beer, aka Denzel Frothington, Monica Brewinski, or my personal favorite, Terry Brews. Terry, we need them to know that this is no joke. This is a legitimate solid glass full of thousands of pounds of beer. You can see that, right?
Yes.
It's really beer.
That's real
and it's
beer.
really a glass.
I see it.
And it's really a Mega Beer.
Yes, it is.
You can enjoy that backstage.
Oh.
Terry Crews, everyone. For you. And now, America's Got Talent If you want to see this entire thing vanish before your eyes, say yeah!
Yeah.
Let's do this! Don't blink! But before I do that, Simon, I feel bad. Last round you told me my magic was genius, but it made you look stupid. And I need to prove for the world that, Simon, you are the genius.
Hey.
So right now, using your highly evolved intellect, and more importantly, your advanced knowledge of beer, answer this question. How many bottles do you think it took to fill the mega beer? I'll give you a clue. It's between 1,000 and 3,000, and it doesn't end with a 0. Go.
2,501.
2,501? Genius! No, seriously, we took a tally of every bottle that went into that glass, and if Simon was within, say, 5 or 10 bottles, well, that'd make him clever. But if Simon was to guess the exact number of bottles inside that glass, it would make him a genius, totaling 2,501 bottles! Simon Cow's a genius! Now let's make this thing disappear!
Somehow I believe he's actually drinking it because he's Australian.
Gone!
Down Chambers! Wow! Yes! Simon! He called you a genius!
Alright, before we hear what the judges are going to say, wait a second. He's holding a key. Maybe there's something more. Let's keep watching.
I'm a genius!
What do you think?
There you go. There you go. That's right.
Alright, I don't know what's up with those keys, but probably something obvious I missed. Anyway, let me give you my thoughts before we hear what the judges have to say. Alright, first, that was an incredible act. I think everyone can agree that it was really funny and entertaining. Was it magical when the beer at the end disappeared? No. I mean, you can just, you know it's being sucked up down some pipe in that stand. But I guess at that point, it didn't even really matter because it was more about comedy than magic. And as far as America's Got Talent, well, it's just about entertainment. You know, you have singers, dancers, magicians, and Dom succeeded in entertaining the entire audience. And he did have some magic in there too, actually, the marker board with the prediction that Simon said 2,501 beers. On the one hand, I'm sure he had to have some kind of like mechanical arm or printing device to like write that number on there before he turned it around. But on the other hand, it looked really clean and it just looked like a marker board and I didn't see anything at all. So like that was a perfect execution. My other thought when I saw the marker board is that, well, I'm gonna pause the video and count all those little tallies and see if it really adds up. Because I don't think it does. Just kidding, that's not important, I guess. But yeah, what an amazing performance. It was really funny. Let's hear what the judges have to say.
That reminded me of New Year's Eve, actually. Right, I'm going to tell you something, Dom, very quickly. Magicians have had a tough time on the show this year. What you brought tonight was personality, scale, fun. This may have put you through to the final.
Howie!
Wow. I agree. You know, I love how you use comedy and juxtaposition, technology and magic, and the fact that you drank all that beer and you're still standing up there with dried pants is amazing.
I really gotta pee, so if you guys can wrap this up.
I'll send it to somebody else.
Julianne!
Oh, Dom, I love you so much. Everything that you do, you bring us along. You tell us a story, and it becomes super interactive, and that to me is what makes you so special. Thank you for including us in your magic.
Thank you. Thank you.
Queen Latifah!
What's up?
What's up?
Dom, I need to know what kind of brewski diet you're on that you can drink that much beer and not get a beer gut. Where is the gut and what happened to the belch that I was expecting?
Exactly.
It was incredible.
The gut is there, don't worry about that.
I love it. I love it. It was a lot of fun. There we go. I want the diet. I want the diet. You were fantastic. Your personality is amazing.
Thank you.
Gabrielle!
Dom, you took us back to what made us all fall in love with you, which is that it's so Australian and like it's all the fun, there we go, all the fun booze magic. It was like a booze cruise, you know, in Puerto Vallarta back in college. It was a fun, good time, and it showcased your great personality.
Just trying to make art,
Well, good luck tonight, Dom. I am your designated driver. Did you love that performance? Then vote.
Okay, so that's what the keys were about. Duh, designated driver. All right, I'll go ahead and give you my closing thoughts now. So clearly the judges loved it, everybody loved it. It was really fun and entertaining. That's pretty much all there is to be said about that. And it'll be really interesting to see if he makes it to the finals. I think right now, because he's the only magician remaining, that his biggest competition is gonna be Cody Lee, because he's just an incredibly gifted musical genius, and that's like a very high level of talent there. And now, time for Aesop's Fables. This time it's not a random story, I pre-selected it. Why? I don't know why. I just opened the book and it looked like a good title. The Three Tradesmen. Chapter 138 for those of you following along at home. The Three Tradesmen. The citizens of a certain city were debating about the best material to use in the fortifications which were about to be erected for the greater security of the town. A carpenter got up and advised the use of wood, which he said was readily procurable and easily worked. A stonemason objected to wood on the ground that it was so inflammable, and recommended stones instead. Then a tanner got on his legs and said, "In my opinion, there's nothing like leather." And the moral of the storyline is, every man for himself. So I guess each of these guys' recommendations was based off of his business, his livelihood. And when they put in their 2 cents about how they're gonna build up the walls and fortifications around the city, they're thinking what's good for them economically. It's all about job security, huh? What if I just communicated from now on with weird sound effects? Smash subscribe. So if I was to interpret this for daily life usage, I would say that this has something to do with, like, consider from whom the advice is coming from if they have an ulterior motive, or even an interior motive. Or just any kind of motive. Like, be aware where the comment and or advice is coming from. Of course the tanner's gonna say there's nothing like leather. He loves leather. And if you ask me, I would probably suggest it be built out of playing cards. That sounds like a great idea. And that concludes our Aesop's Fables segment of this video. If you have any other, if you've got any other thoughts on this story you want to add below, or stuff from your life you'd like to share, just comment below. So, the finals of AGT are next week. Eric Chin sadly is out of the competition. Dom Chambers might make it through. This is the conclusion of season 14 of America's Got Talent 2019. What do you think is gonna happen? And by the way, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you sharing this time with me, and I'll see you next time.